inside and won. Unbelievable that Tander's got it done. Slides out the other side. You do not often see that move in V8 supercar racing. Wow.
He signalled it a few laps before and then took an almighty deep breath and made it happen. Garth Tander takes over the lead of the race and puts the Toll Holden Racing team within striking distance of an amazing 200th race victory.
That was a great move. I don't know whether Craig had a little bobble on the exit of the last corner. Here's the replay out of the draft for Tander and straight down the inside. And then that delays Craig getting back on the throttle. But how's the slide? I mean, that's a huge slide there for Tander. I was wondering how he's going to pull it up.
So was he, I reckon.
Here it is again.
Oh, gee, this is gutsy. This is a huge move. See how much he had to control that car to get it back on the racing line. And there's Nick Percat, his co-driver. And there's Craig's co-driver, Mark Scaife, now sitting in second position on lap 76 out of 113.
Tell you what, though, Matty, I dip my hat to both these competitors. That was great motor racing. Great move by Garth Tander. Great recognition by Craig Lowndes not to end up creating a problem as a result of it. We've got one heck of a motor race on our hands.
Waiting on fuel, good to go, all clear.
Also minimises their exposure to any safety car intervention, that they don't get trapped. Now, released, gone, round the cone marker. Here comes Tander. Where do they all wind up? It's going to be very, very close. Tander at speed. Lowndes bringing up to speed. Does he chop him? No. They go back to almost precisely as they were. What a car race.
Craig on cold tyres. Garth Tander has completed a flying lap and really wrung the neck of car number 2. Meanwhile, Lowndes continues to stalk the rear of car number 2, which started in pit lane. Amazing turn of events. Nobody's won a race in this championship's history from starting in the lane, and right now Garth Tander can turn those books upside down. So where does Van Gisbergen pop out? Here come the effective race leaders. Here they come. There goes Tander. There's Lowndes behind him. The gears comes out. Lowndes has a look, and Lowndes will get this job done back at turn 1. Tander fights back and says, no, you won't, Mr. Lowndes. Keeps the lead. High stakes. Great contest. Both gave each other room. A huge lunge by Craig Lowndes then. This is a real nail-biter. Maximum attack from both. And Gisbergen back into effective 4th then. So Whincup was clear of him, I believe, but we're so focused on this at the moment, and rightly so. Lowndes again, a look up the inside of turn 4. Tander just closes down slightly. There may have been gentle contact. I think there was. So close on the run up to turn 6 at Siberia. Nose to tail. Cars so evenly matched. Drivers not giving a millimetre. Just when you think they're going to get it done, the other driver responds and shuts the door.
Because they're going so fast, because they're pushing so hard, the tyre degradation here, the way in which they degrade, it's going to continue to increase. Watch for the move down the inside by Lowndes. Jumps out from underneath. He's got position. But Tander hangs on, tries to make sure there's a tonne and a half in the way. Now he yields.
Change again for the effective race lead. What a beauty. So Lowndes now slots up to what is 9th position, but effectively that's first. Fabian Coulthard, Russell Ingall, Jason Bargwanna, Marcus Marshall, Jason Bright, Alex Davison, Jono Webb and Greg Murphy will all have to pit to get to the end of this race on lap 84 of 113.
Which means there's 30 laps to go. So that last radio message before is a really critical one, and that is you've got to look after these tyres. Eyes forward from Jeremy Moore to Craig Lowndes. You've got to look after the rubber.
So where does that leave Jamie Whincup, who's behind them and really hasn't had to do any battling? There he is. Look, he's arriving on the scene because he hasn't had to chew up his tyres. He hasn't had to fight off anyone. He had to get past Will Davison, but then found a little bit of clean air. This replay
This is down at turn 1, the lap before. Check it out. Lowndes having a huge lunge, but Tander didn't resist in terms of closing him. He just stayed high, gave him car width on the inside, and still hung on to it on the outside. Here they are now at the other end of the circuit up at Lukey Heights, and a crisscross for Lowndes. Bam, down the inside, late break. You've got to be careful you don't lock the rears when this happens. Garth spots him, leaves space, tries to hang the car up on the outside, just forced the issue, but he didn't have the car up far enough in the end. I mean, that was a great exchange. Well done, boys.
And Lowndes has a fair chance here of backing up that move with the fastest lap of the race. He's done the fastest time to the second sector. Shane van Gisbergen continues his charge. Wow, what a start to the season of endurance.